Trader's Edge with your host, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, Money Masters and Treasure Hunters. Welcome to the October 9th Terrific Tuesday edition of today's Opening Bell on the Trader's Edge. I'm your host, Steve Rhodes, and I absolutely treasure your presence here today, folks. My outcome is to help you to become a better money master and to provide you the tools that will help you to lead an inspired life, because leading an inspired life, folks, that is what life is all about. So let's go take a look at one of our tools. This is the tool. I love this tool. This is the tool. I think you're going to love it too. This is the tool that I call Lost Time is Never Found Again. Now, let me start off this morning by asking you a question. If you had a bank, I want you to picture this. I want you to imagine this. I want you to really use your mind to visualize this. If you had a bank that deposited $86,400 in your account each morning, I mean, right now, at 9 past the hour, no strings attached, would you go ahead and apply? Would you open up one of those accounts? How many of you out there would open up one of those accounts? Say aye or say yes if you would open up one of those accounts, folks. Now, the only requirement in order for you to be able to have this bank account, it's very simple. You have to spend each penny within a 24-hour time period. That's the only requirement in order for you to get one of those bank accounts. My question to you, will you go ahead and take on this task to be able to spend every cent of that $86,400 that's deposited in your bank account each morning at 9:09, well, or depending on what time zone you're on, let's just call it 9 past the hour each and every day. Would you like one of those accounts, folks? Would you? You want that responsibility to invest, maybe to give to others a portion of that $86,400? You got to give it. You got to spend every penny or invest every penny each day. If you are, I want to hear you say, yes, I see a couple folks in the den that absolutely want one of those accounts. Well, here's the cool thing. I want you to step back for a moment, because what you probably didn't realize is that there is such a bank. In fact, each morning it credits you with 86,400 seconds. Each night, though, it writes off all of your unused seconds. It burns the record of the remaining time that is left in your day, in your life out there. If you fail to use today's deposit, the loss, folks, is yours. There's no drawing against tomorrow. You see, you must live in the present, right? You've got to live in the present on today's deposit alone. Question, what's more important to you, time or money? Which can you get back, folks? Like most of you, you probably said, well, I think time is the most important thing. Yet most of us, we let a lot of time simply slip right through our hands out there. You'd be amazed how much time and how many years that adds up to. Look, folks, it's always about linking the known to the unknown. I asked if you wanted $86,400 put in your account every day at 9 past the hour. You got excited about that. Maybe some people had a little bit less excitement when they realized that there was 86,400 seconds that were put in their time bank each and every day. Yet time is more valuable to you. Perhaps for those of you, though, where you said, something to think about. Maybe what you'll do is you'll write down on a pad of paper right now just simply a couple of outcomes that you want to achieve when? Today. That you want to actually achieve today, so that you take full advantage of your what? Of your time. Perhaps you'll take that leap of faith and you'll invest in yourself, whatever it is that's been holding you back. Yesterday, we just simply talked about the things that hold you back, folks, and the importance of forgiveness out there. But here's the reality, folks. You must govern your clock. You cannot be governed by it. You've got to govern your clock. There's an old Chinese proverb, as we kind of complete this session here today. There's an old Chinese proverb that says this: an inch of time, folks, an inch of time is an inch of gold. Yet what I know of is that an inch of gold, can that buy you any more time, folks? Time is absolutely our most treasured resource. Use every minute of it, folks, because if you don't, you will lose it. Waste an hour of day. Just think about it like this. If you waste an hour of day and you live to the age, good old age, the young age of 90, that's all. It's just 90. An hour of day is the equivalent of 3 3/4 years of wasted time in your bank. Don't waste any time, folks. And I won't waste any time. Let's go be taking a look at the markets out here. You can always give us a call, 877-927-6648. Right now, relatively flat market out here. You've got Dow futures up about 10 points. ES Mini, that's what we're looking at here on my screen, trading out at 1451.50. That's up about a point and a quarter, point and three quarters out there. You got the NASDAQ futures trading off a couple of points. You got the Russell 2000 up one. You know, before I go into the market, so I want to make sure that I do one thing here. Because, you know, in my newsletter, folks, there's, I don't know, maybe 7, 8 trades that we're waiting to get in. And my newsletter goes out each day by 8 o'clock. This morning got out by about 7:45, about 55 pages or so. But inside that newsletter is a trade that we've been waiting to get into, Edwards Life Sciences. I had Mike here assist me in getting a update out to folks. So if you're a subscriber of mine, I just simply want to make sure, if you're a client of mine, I want to make sure that you got that email alert. Take the Edwards Life Sciences trade off. Because many people go ahead and put trade triggers in because we've been waiting for this one to pull back. In fact, I'll go ahead and pull this up on the screen here. Edwards Life Sciences, folks, closed out last night at 107.43. We've been trying to break one of its most recent breakouts here because on the weekly chart, folks, it has a nice confirmed A to B equals CD up. Unfortunately, this morning, Edwards Life Sciences, I believe it was on some news coming out of Europe, that it is now traded, closed at 107.41. Trading right now, the last trade fired off at $89.31. So where's it going back to? What's the importance of taking a look at volume out in a marketplace? Well, I'll just pull this daily chart back out here and just take a look at that little Eiffel Tower, baby. That's sitting here on the day of March 31st, 2011. The high of that is 88.19. Well, that's going to get tagged this morning. It's trading out at 89.12 right here, so it certainly will come down there. You had 23 million shares. I want to watch to see how this thing trades here for an hour or two, but this thing is could be toast here. We could be seeing some major volume off of the highs out there. So again, if you're a client of mine, please take that trade off. Go check out all of your open orders out there. And we'll take a look at Edwards Life Science as it opens up in the marketplace. As long as I'm taking a look at things that are trading out there, you got Netflix trading off this morning. That closed at $73.52. It's trading out at $68, so that's got a little $4 haircut there. We took a look at Netflix. We saw that Netflix was doing nothing more than coming into a supply line out there. You got Baidu trading down this morning, closed at 114.29. That's trading out at 109. We've got Apple. Of course, Apple closed below that hammer candle. That said what? If you were long in Apple, you were wrong in Apple. Apple closed at 638, trading at 636 right now. AstraZeneca, AZN, that happens to be trading out at $46. Not taking too much of it. 46.36, closed at 46.84. Jumping to the upside here this morning. Let's see, you got Questcor Pharmaceuticals. I believe those folks have been taken to the cleaners, if I'm not mistaken. They're trading up, they closed out at 20.29. They're trading up at 21.67. Eli Lilly, LLY, the ticker symbol there, they're trading out at 51.45. They closed at 50.78 out there. That's kind of what's going. You got Ford Motor Company up a little bit. They closed at 10.05, traded out at 10.23. Normally, though, I do that in the next segment, but as long as I was taking a look at some of these stocks here that are jumping, I thought I would just go ahead and, well, what the heck? It's my show, isn't it? It's really your show, folks. And the easiest way to make it your show is give me a call at 877-927-6648. So let's go take a look at the ES Mini 30-minute chart out here. And what we can see here, the ES Mini 30-minute broke through that little rising price channel that we were taking a look at. That was going back to the beginning of the month. That was going back to the October 1st time frame. What we can also take a look at is, so you have a rising price channel. That price basically was contained into yesterday. You saw what? You saw when you break through a channel, in this case here, this is a rising price channel. The only real break that you could have would be to the downside. The question is that a false break to the downside? Well, you break through it, and it's normal to go back up and test that area. That's exactly what was going on inside the ES Mini, doing it all evening last night from about 8:30 on. I think even intraday, let me see here. Intraday yesterday was the 8th. You know, it got tagged just a few times, but that area For whatever reason, folks, I can't tell you how it works. I just know that it does work, and that area is acting as a resistance point. If we take a look at where price fell down to, well, now let's just simply take a look at a trend line. Let's come off of those same October lows. But again, this is a trend line versus a channel line out here. And if we take a look at where price actually dropped down to, really into the trend line. That trend line, again, starting off on the ES Mini, down around the 1:30 a.m. time frame on October 1st, right around the price level of 14.28. Looks like really the next best touch point to use, this little spike down that came in at 10:30 in the morning on the 3rd of October. You can see how that level has acted as a support area. Of course, it acts as a support area. You get a little bullish engulfing candle. That occurred at 6 o'clock this morning. You had nice little confirmation after that. And so I suspect that what we will see is we'll see the ES Mini try to get back inside that rising price channel again. This is the 30-minute chart out there. When we get back from our break here, we'll go take a look at the actual futures contracts for each of the indexes here. We'll take a look at the daily out there because it's an important trading session today. Yesterday, nothing but light volume. Everybody back to work out there, and I hope using their time wisely because we can't get it back, folks. Don't be governed by time. You just simply govern your clock. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back, folks.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Wealth Management. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportions of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what an asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Wealth Management financial advisor can do for you. Call Angela O'Brien, First Vice President and Financial Planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Wealth Management, LLC. Member SIPC.
With the launch of TigerTV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With TigerTV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Ken Shreve, David White, Larry Pesavento, Victor Jones, or Daryl Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on TigerTV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out TigerTV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
80% of traders fail because they don't know when to get in or out of a market, and all because no one taught them how to read the signs. You see, the stock market has a universal language called Japanese candlesticks, and each day, the buyers and sellers, the bulls and bears, go to work and build signs. This language has been around for thousands of years, and it's easy to learn. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of the Money Masters Show, and I'm a master sign builder. Download my free report, Candlesticks, The Speed of Trust, on the homepage of TFNN.com for one of the best-kept candlestick secrets. I'll also be conducting an online course Friday, October 19th, to teach you the language of the market's sign builders. You'll learn the best entry and exit techniques and strategies that will create extraordinary rewards. The course will be archived so you can review it as many times as you like, because trading or investing without learning this language is like running a red light. It's an accident waiting to happen, and there's no airbags or seatbelts. All the details are on the homepage of TFNN.com.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try patterns, profits, and peace of mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to tfnn.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's patterns, profits, and peace of mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Welcome back, folks, and I understand that Angela Merkel is over in Greece, and their Greek folks are welcoming her, open arms, are throwing her a cocktail party. Unfortunately, I believe it's a Molotov cocktail party that they're throwing her, which is too bad out there. Let's go take a look at these markets here. Speaking of Greece, or let's start off around the world here. Over in Europe right now, the DAX is down 18 bucks. It's about 0.3% out there. That is over in Germany. The FTSE off 18 bucks as well. 0.3% over in the UK. A little mixed bag in Asia last night. You had the Hang Seng up. We'll take a look at that. That's up 112 points, up 0.5% out there. You had the Shanghai up 42 points, up a whopping 2% out there. And the Nikkei struggling down a little over 1% last night, trading off 93 bucks out at 87.69. But let's go take a look at our futures market here. First, let's go back and take a look at the daily chart now on the S&P 500. See what it is that we've got going on here. Really what you can see is this little rising trend line here coming off of the lows from September the 26th out there. Actually, you can go back even further if you wanted to. Let's go back further. Let's go take a look at coming off of the lows here from the September 4th time frame. What we can see here is that when you take a look at this trend line area, I guess I drew it just a little bit. Well, you get the idea of the trend line there. What you can see is that the ES Mini, even on any of these pullbacks here, has not been able to break through that rising trend line. What is that really saying? Well, if you take a look at the ES Mini, it's very close to trading inside the September 14th swing point. The low on that, on the futures contract, is 1449.50. You're at 1450.25. So you're still inside that area. That says to me that it is the top of that wants to get tested. That's the 1468 level. And I suspect that that's what we will see. It may just simply meander up this rising trend line here, but that is your S&P futures. Take a look at it on a larger picture. It is not overbought. It's got room to run up there on the daily chart. Let's go take a look at what has really been acting weak out here because of Apple. That would be the NASDAQ futures. So let's take a look at the NASDAQ futures, and it is an important day out here in the marketplace. Why? Because if you take a look at the NASDAQ futures, back to testing Super Mario Day. That is the September 6th time frame. That low, 2766.50. Thus far today, 2766.75. 2766.50. How about that? So within a quarter there, that's the area that is the real line drawn in the sand. So I'd say you want to really pay attention to the NASDAQ futures here. But if we take a look at everything, it's really kind of synergistic, if I can use that word, out there, because you can see an area here of support being tested on the NASDAQ futures. I showed you the rising price trend line in the S&P futures. Well, that's testing an area of support. Let's go take a look at the Russell 2000, the real weak link that is out here. What's the Russell 2000 futures doing? Just simply baseline sideways move with just in a few points of each other, really ever since, let's say, the close here on September 27th. September 26th even. I mean, it's just a sideways trading range, just hanging out right around the QE3 party. The next level of support would really be the candle, the price point from September 6th. The low there is 820. You're at 836 right now. The high of this bar. So it's got some pretty decent support inside this range right here. It's going to need more volume than what it had here over the past, week to try to go ahead and bust things down. Let's round this thing off by taking a look at the Dow futures. If we take a look at the Dow futures inside this rising price channel as well. That area here has not really been hit. That's got some room, a little bit of room to the downside if it wants to be tested out there. That would bring it in probably around price point wise, I would say right around the 13,004, 4 and change range. You're at 13,496. So let's just call it 13,004 and a quarter for lack of any better number out there. You can see that if we take a look at the Dow futures, let's see, what's the high swing point out here? So 9/14, September 14th, got up to 13,576. Did you get a little higher than that? You got up to 13,588 on September 21st. The low there, 13,489 or 13,495. What does that set up? Sets up, it wants to go test the highs as well. So you've got a couple of indexes, all indexes either within swing points or testing some support levels. I suspect that what we will see here is a little bit of a bounce. Of course, if we're going to see a bounce, you got King Dollar trading up 29 ticks. That means we're going to have to see the euro here start to move a little bit higher. And right now trading out at 129.151. 877-927-6648. Pretty flat market out here. But we'll go see what things are going to pop and what things are going to drop when we get right back, folks.
Yeah, we'll look at them stars and we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. You've heard Tom O'Brien on the air, and you've seen him on Tiger TV, as well as being featured as a regular CNBC guest and contributor, and now you can have access to his expert trading advice each morning through his daily trading newsletter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, gives traders, investors, and money managers a thorough strategy for trading stocks, options, and indices every market day. Market Insights comes out each market day before 9:30 a.m. and provides traders with Tom's daily commentary, opinion, and specific trade recommendations on the markets. Using advanced Fibonacci methods, volume indicators, Gartley patterns, candlestick charting, gaps, and market timing, Market Insights will give you specific trade recommendations including entry, stop, and exit prices. The summer is over and traders are back. Get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. If you're an investor looking for a great weekly investment newsletter, then now is the perfect time to try out Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Every Tuesday, Ken breaks down multiple sectors in his weekly newsletter, Ultimate Growth Stocks, with a full in-depth report including specific trading recommendations within his model portfolio, charts, sector analysis, upcoming economic data, along with intra-week trading updates on newsletter positions whenever the market dictates. Right now, you can receive a full month, that's 30 days, to evaluate Ken's newsletter free of charge to see if it fits your trading plan. At less than $75 per month, Ken provides you with his expert trading advice that can pay for itself in no time. Take advantage of this great offer by signing up for a 30-day free trial to Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks today. Don't let this offer pass you by. Visit the front page of TFNN.com and sign up now. TFNN and Great Panther Silver have teamed up for another exciting silver giveaway. The Great Panther Silver Halloween giveaway will be taking place at the end of October, and for 3 full days, we'll be giving away silver coins and bars every hour from 9 a.m. till 6 p.m. to one lucky winner randomly chosen. There's no purchase necessary. For more information and to fill out your registration form today, simply visit the front page of TFNN.com where you'll find all the details. October 29th, 30th, and 31st, we'll choose one lucky winner that will receive a silver coin or bar courtesy of Great Panther Silver. Winners will be announced live on the air each hour for 3 full days. Don't miss out on this great opportunity to win free silver from TFNN and Great Panther Silver. Register today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com, and for more information on Great Panther Silver, you can click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex, symbol GPL, or on the Toronto Stock Exchange, symbol GPR.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
And we're off to the races. We got the Dow trading down 23 points right now, out at 13,559. S&P out at 1453. That's off 2.5 points out there. Composite down 11 points. Russell 2,000 off 4.5 points out there. Leading the charge on the way down. That's off 0.5%. We got Microsoft down 21 ticks. Intel down 46 cents out there. Google up $1.09. Cisco up 14 ticks. Apple completely flat out here, maybe down 10 cents at the moment. If we take a look at what is popping to the upside and dropping to the downside, you've got Cliffs Natural Resources. I don't know if it's resources, but Cliffs Natural, they're up $1.90. They're up about 4.5%. You got Questcor Pharmaceuticals, Qcor up 7% this morning. You've got Walter Energy, WLT, is their ticker symbol up $1.11. That's really everything up $1 and over. Green Mountain Coffee up 65 cents. What else do we have? You've got IBM up 72 cents. So pretty light morning on any stocks, up above $1 on the way up. On the way down, Edwards Life Sciences, as we talked about in that first segment, down $20 right now, trading out at $87.89, tagging that area where there was a high volume. There were about 23 million shares. We'll certainly look at that. You've got Netflix off about 6%, down $4 and change. Baidu off $4 and change. Owens Corning, OC, the ticker symbol, off $3 and change. Vasco Data Services, VDSI, off 25%. We'll certainly take a look at that stock. Beacon Roofing, BECN, down $1.80. Zimmer Holdings off $1.51. DirecTV down $1.28. And Anheuser-Busch rounding things off that are above $1 or more on the way down. Again, our call number 877-927-6648. Now, I know that there were some folks in our den this morning, and, you know, we do have something that's a chat room. It's really more than a chat room, folks, called the Tiger's Den. If you go to the homepage at TFNN.com, you can test that service out for 30 days. Really surround yourself. You know, it's always about being able to, as you try to get to new levels in life, you want to make sure that it's really that you change the peer group that you hang out with, and there's a great peer group inside the den. I know they were searching for trades here this morning, and I'm just simply going to show you a nice little Gartley pattern. Now, this is on an ultra short-term chart, but it's easier to show you these things on a short-term chart, especially while they are trading live out here. This was the euro, and if I pull the euro back again, this is on a 10-minute chart. I'm just simply coming off of the most recent swing point out here. That recent swing point goes back to about 220 in this morning. You can see it just simply was trading sideways out there. The euro was up at a high of 1.29893. Makes a little beeline down, gets into really over kind of extreme oversold territory as it does it at about 350 this morning. Bounces up from there to create an A to B to C to D. Point out here, your A point is the low coming in at 350. That's out at 1.29058. That's your A point. Your B point completed at 550 this morning at 1.29436. Makes a 70% retracement down into the 650 time frame. completes the 1-to-1 A to B equals CD, does that at the price level at 840 this morning as it got up to 1.29598. Now, beautiful sacred geometry numbers out here. I'll go ahead and expand this out so you can follow us and you can take a look at this on Tiger TV. What you can see here, folks, is you've got a 0.618 retracement off of the swing point high to the D point. You had a 1.618 expansion of swing points. That happened to be your B to C swing point. It had everything. It also had that wonderful candle signal that the move was over. It did that at 8:50. And candle signals, folks, that is nothing more than the bulls and bears going to work in each market on each time frame. Whether it is if you trade options, if you need to understand those candle signals. If you trade currency, you absolutely need to understand that. If you trade futures, if you trade equities, bottom line, if you trade everything, you need to understand those candle signals. I'll be doing a live workshop on Friday, October 19th. That's not this Friday, but it is the following Friday out there. And it is one of those things that you absolutely need to have in your tool bag. You got to have it in there if you want to make sure that you take full advantage of your time, which is very important, and make sure you get the most out of it. Now, if we take a look at the Gartley sell pattern that's set up here, you can see it is expanded down below. It's testing. It's making that 100% move of a move. We know that is usually that is the first area of a Gartley pattern that you're going to test. In this case here, it's not really the first, but it's at least the third level. I'll come back to those in a moment. But what we can see unrolling in front of us here right now is a test of that swing point low at 350 this morning, out at 1.29058. That area has tested. The ultimate outcome for a Gartley pattern. Let me go ahead and get rid of the formation tool that I've got here, so I'll show you that. Now, when you have a Gartley pattern, so now let me get back to it. When you take a look at places where you would be looking at exiting a trade or at least going ahead and adjusting your stops, what you would do is you would just simply go from your A point to your D point. That's what I'm going to draw in here right now. Let me make those large black lines. Now, the 0.618 retracement of your A to D level, that's really your first target. Your second target happens to be the 0.786. Well, if you're trading this, again, this is ultra short term, but this turned out to be a nice trade here. Is that you're waiting for some type of candle signal. Well, you haven't gotten any kind of bull. I don't see a bullish. You see any bulls on that chart out there? At least on the right-hand side? I don't see any bulls around here at all. And so you've got now the ultimate outcome here. So you've got really three levels that you've taken a look at. 0.618, where you would start to consider taking some of the trade off or maybe adjusting your stop. 0.786, well, that was hit. Then that 100% move of a move. Then you've got your final ultimate outcome here. That ultimate outcome, folks, is where what this Gartley pattern has done is really created a new A to B equals CD. So that would be your A to B equals CD down. That would be coming all the way back to the swing point. Our X marks the spot. That was at 220 this morning. Our B point now, so that really becomes A. Here's our B, which happened to be that low at 350. Your C point happened to be the as the market moved up and completed its pattern into the 850 time frame. So now let's go ahead and compress this a little bit. Let's shorten it up so we can see what that outcome is. That would say that if this area gets taken out, if it gets taken out, because I just see a few bulls show up to the ranch here, the ultimate outcome would be 1.28763. But that is how you would take a look at a Gartley sell or buy. Just works works either way. Right now we're seeing the bulls kind of try to step in here. Again, this is a 10-minute chart, so we'll come back and forth into this one and just take a look and see how this thing here plays out. And if we do see the bulls, which I do suspect we're going to see the bulls step in here, because what we should see here is we really should see the euro bounce. I'm not going to go in and tell you and give you that technique. Well, I will give anybody who attends the workshop that technique for sure. But I do suspect we will see the bulls step in here. Let's go take a look at some of these stocks here that are popping and dropping. Let's start off with Edwards Life Sciences. You've got some big volume coming out of this so far this morning, dropping down below this area here. Now, this high volume swing point, people say, volume schmalium. I say you're out of your mind to say volume schmalium. You go take a look at volume on this chart here. You got March 31st, 2011. The low is 86.72. The high is 88.19. 23 million shares. Let me just kind of I need to write this down. It was 86.72. Unfortunately, it looks like Edwards Life Sciences may be taken to the cleaners here this morning. So far, in the first 12 minutes of trading, 2 million shares coming out of this thing. So, too bad. Really, really too bad. There was a signal. There was a signal that this was possibly going. Well, the signal I was looking at was for it to certainly start really pulling back. Unfortunately, I wasn't looking for it to jump the canyon. Anyways, Edwards Life Sciences truly being taken apart here, and we'll see if this area here is going to hold up as support. But really, folks, you absolutely want to make sure you understand on any chart that you trade where those volumes are, because when they fall out of bed, that is where it is going to head to. And we can take a look and show you that time and time and time again. Let's go take a look at some of these other stocks out here. You've got Spectrum Brands, SPB. They're up 14% this morning, so let's go see what that is doing, SPB. And let me see what they actually do out here, SPB, because I'm not, probably should be familiar with it. Spectrum Brand Holding. They, together with their subsidiaries, operate consumer products companies worldwide. Okay, consumer products. I wonder what consumer products, including batteries. Maybe they run Batteries Plus, for all I know, which is a great store if you haven't used it, by the way. Well, let's go take a look at, I don't know the name of the store. Maybe somebody in the den can tell me what maybe the names of the stores are Spectrum Brands, but I haven't seen a Spectrum Brand store. So let's go take a look at the equity here. This has had a couple of signs of, well, I wouldn't exactly call this high volume bar on February 7th a real sign of strength. It's one you had to be aware of because you don't have wide price spread. You had wide volume, 1.1 million shares. You had that as well on the June 22nd, 2012 date. You did another million shares, but not exactly wide price spread. Nonetheless, it has taken out a swing point this morning. That swing point is the September 14th level, had 229,000 shares, up this morning with 207,000 shares. Let me see if there's some news on this equity here. I don't even see any news. Oh, Spectrum Brands to buy Stanley Black & Decker. Okay, there you go. For $1.4 billion in cash. Sorry, I was just a little bit behind on the news out there, but it is, well, that's pretty interesting, but it is gapping up out there. Let's go take a look at Cliffs Natural. CLF is the ticker symbol out there. CLF trading up 5% this morning. This is going to make a run for that swing point high. Cliffs Natural, the stock chart does not look very pretty, does it? Especially when what I mean by that, folks, if you're just listening and not watching us on Tiger TV, this was trading up in the $102 level. 102 level, how about that? One of those Basil Chapman round number highs, $102 on July 20th, 2011. Trading at $42 right now. Very interesting. In fact, you can listen to Basil. Basil's going to follow the Money Masters show today, what we do on Tuesdays, following Basil's Victor Jones from 12 to 1. Daryl Martin is from 1 to 2. David White, 2 to 3. Ken Shreve from 3 to 4. You almost thought I said Ken O'Brien, didn't you? And Tom O'Brien from 4 to 6 out there. If we come back and take a look at Cliffs Natural, this is going to make a run here. This has got a island reversal candle. So it's trying to get up there and rescue all those stranded passengers on that September 14th date out there. Probably need the Gilligan's Island song out there. But this is what a real island reversal here looks like, folks. Let's see, the volume you've got in this morning, 2 million shares, coming into an area where it broke down with 13 million shares. That island's got 16 million shares stranded on it. That is Cliffs Natural. This stock chart not really looking that fantastic, although it is having a decent morning this morning. Let's go take a look at some of the other stocks here. Let's go look at Netflix, now down 7.5% out here. I believe I've got that chart on the screen or somewhere in here. Let me see here. Where is it? Should pop out. Should it pop out? There we go, Netflix. So let's go take a look at Netflix. We were looking at this yesterday. So Netflix creating a little island out here this morning. So this stock here, is really horrible. We thought yesterday that it might make its way up it was going to try to make its way up into the area here where it had gapped down. That was on July 24th. That low was $77 and change. And if we take a look at yesterday getting up above the gap down candle. That's July 25th, that high, 66.80. Again, that had 24 million shares. Yesterday, let me make sure this is a little gap here. So yesterday, the high on that candle, I'm sorry. Let me go to yesterday. The low of yesterday's candle was $70.12. Let's see what it is traded up to today. It's traded up to $69.48. So this thing here, not only was it coming down into its breakout area, it's creating this little island reversal pattern here as long as it doesn't get to the level of $70.12, creating another bearish sign here for Netflix. Not looking good, trading out at 68 bucks and change. Let's take a look at this on a monthly chart out here on Netflix. Well, that doesn't look good at all, does it, folks? Here, you know, talk about understanding what business you're in. Trading out at 304 bucks, trading out at $68 right now. And the daily chart says it now wants lower prices for sure. So if you are in Netflix and you're long, just simply be careful out there because the candle signals are not bearing very good fruit out there. Let's go take a look at what else we have dropping. Vasco Data Services, VDSI, off 23% this morning. Let me see what is behind that move here. Don't see a release of numbers. Looks like they may have lowered their guidance, though. So let's go take a look at the stock chart, and let's go find some volume out there. Let's go search for volume. VDSI is the ticker symbol. Gapping down this morning out at $6.80 right now. Doing it with volume. The stock chart has a few gaps in it, doesn't it? My goodness. So let's put this on a little bit longer-term chart, and then we'll come back to the daily, get a better picture on the weekly, perhaps, of what this thing might be doing. Boy, oh boy. Talk about candle signals and the importance of understanding candle signals out here. This equity, folks, gets up to a high in October 2007, gets up to 43.21. What do you get that next month? Actually, the week of October 19th makes a little bit higher high, but sells off the entire week, creating a bearish engulfing candle. That was up at the $44 mark, closed out at $37.56. That was telling you had bad news in store for you. Looks like you've got some more bad news here, and it wants to make a run down to the lows in the $5, maybe $4 range. 877-927-6648. Dow off 23, S&P's off 3. We'll be right back, folks.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investments, and whether you're bullish or bearish on U.S. Treasuries, the ETFs from Direction Shares are there to help you magnify your perspective. Bull ETFs for a rising market and bear ETFs for a falling market. Direction Shares gives you the tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor, Foreside Fund Services, LLC. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Recently, Basil Chapman has had some outstanding trades in his newsletter, The Opening Call. Each morning by 9 a.m., Basil uploads his newsletter to the TFNN servers so that his subscribers can access his expert trading advice. Basil gives his take on the direction of key indices and updates any active trades that his subscribers are currently in. Just recently, Basil's subscribers closed out a short position in Chipotle Mexican Grill, CMG, for more than an $86 profit per share, over a 20% gain in just one position. If you'd like to check out Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, then visit the front page of TFNN.com and click Trading Newsletters. There you'll find Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, where you can request a free sample copy. Also, don't miss Basil's program, The Tiger Technicians Hour, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern on TFNN.
In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to TFNN.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now.
Catch Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes as they teach you the art of mastering money when it comes to trading and investing. The Money Masters, next on TFNN.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
It absolutely is, folks. Welcome back. 877-927-6648. Dow down 21 points right now. S&P's off 3. Let's go take a look at Apple out here. Apple trading down about $3.50. Apple certainly struggling out here, closing below that hammer candle on Friday. Yes, it did on Friday. That hammer candle I'm referring to is the September 12th level. That was at 656. Gapping down yesterday. If we take a look at the volume yesterday, 22.7 million shares, going over the 22.4 million shares. That's really your A to B point out here. So let's go take a look at Apple, giving you now a confirmed A to B equals CD. The 1-to-1 would take you to 619, but if you take a look at the retracement that Apple did. Now, the volume conviction-wise on the way down certainly wasn't there, but it was enough volume. It did have volume past the B point. What we can't see is what Apple did here. The retracement was only just above a 0.382 level. It does not set up good things for bode well for the Qs out there for sure. Well, it depends if you're long or short. I'm neither on those. But if we do take a look at the A to B equals CD down here, really sets up more like the $604 level, $605 level on Apple out here. Now let's come back and see if we've got any volume out here on Apple that would support that level. You'd come right back here. This is the last time I see some high volume. And Apple happens to be March 14th, 2012. The high there, 594. And I said 604 would be the 1-to-1.272 level. The 0.618 retracement, another normal level, would be 500, and it looks like 595. So that's where it looks like Apple wants to head to. It happens to be a high volume bar out there, trading out at 633. Now, at this stage here, the stock is doing nothing more than making a nice little retracement pattern out here. Volume hasn't been too major coming out of the equity. So let's actually take a look at what could be setting up here as a Gartley buy pattern on Apple. Let's come off of the swing point for May 18th. The low out there is 528.66, all the way up to the high on September 21st. And so if we take a look at that 618 area, it happens. It certainly makes a Gartley buy pattern right out in that 586. You'd have to wait and see some bullish candle configuration though before you would want to go ahead and step into it. Let's go to Lou in New Hampshire. Lou, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. Lou, are you there? Oh, must not. Lou wanted to take. Lou, are you there?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Oh, great. Okay, you wanted to take a look at Citrix Systems, the ticker symbol CT. XS. I'll pull it up on the screen. Tell me what you're doing, and I'll.
Well, I was thinking of shorting it. But
Thinking of shorting it. Okay.
Thinking of dive right now.
It is trading lower here this morning, trading out at 69.27, taking on the swing point here. You're going to have to wait and see how it does here as it tackles the swing point from August the 2nd. That is 3 million shares. Thus far this morning, done 492,000 shares. Yesterday did 4.4. So it told you wanted to at least test that area on Citrix Systems. Let me put this on the weekly chart here real quickly, see if I can see anything. I'll tell you what, Lou, because we ran out of time here, I won't be able to do the full work on it, but why don't you send me an email? I'll go ahead and do that chart for you since you were kind enough to call, and I'll send you the chart for Citrix Systems. All righty?
Thank you.
You bet. Folks, stay tuned. Tom and I will be up next for the Money Masters show. Then it's Basil Chapman, our lineup today. Basil Chapman, 11 to 12. Victor Jones, 12 to 1. Darryl Martin, 1 to 2. David White, 2 to 3. Ken Shreve, 3 to 4. The Tom O'Brien Show from 4 to 6. It has been a pleasure, as always, to be with you, folks. Remember, lost time is never found again. And you've got a bank that starts each and every day. 86,400 seconds. Use it well, folks. Take care and have a great day.